In 1620, while the Mayflower was in Provincetown, 18 of its men sailed in a small shallop, searching for a place to live. They came to present-day Eastham, where they were met by a group of Nauset. After a brief but violent encounter, the English left towards today's Plymouth. In 2020, we remember this first encounter. We explore its meanings for today and tomorrow.
My name is Joanna Hollick. I'm the coordinator for the Sunset Series with Eastham 400. I'm here today with Janet Demetri, the owner of the Friendly Fisherman. Welcome.
Thank you. Thanks, Joanna.
Could you start by telling us a little bit about your personal connection to Eastham and the history of the Friendly Fisherman?
Sure. I've been in Eastham for a really long time now. My family started to vacation here back in the 1960s, late 1960s. So I've spent every summer here as a child growing up since then. And then when I graduated from college, I moved here full-time. And so I worked in various jobs, various restaurants throughout college, whatever, and finally ended up meeting my husband, Michael Demetri, marrying him, and his family had been in town for many years, owning the Sandpiper restaurant. When his parents retired, Michael and I decided to start a restaurant in Eastham, and we purchased the Friendly Fisherman, which at the time was just being operated as a seafood market. And then my husband had a degree in culinary arts, so we started on a very, very small scale and built it up, and this is heading into my 32nd season.
Wow.
Now. So it's been 32 years now.
So could you tell us a little more about the Friendly Fisherman this season? Have you been open during the pandemic, or if you're reopening now, what is that process like, and how has your hiring process or your business changed?
It's crazy time, and it's difficult to know how to navigate everything because it's such an evolving time. I've been through, in 32 years, obviously, I've seen lots of changes go on the Lower Cape especially, and the business has been through a lot. My husband that I started the business with many years ago lost his battle with cancer in 2006, so that was a huge change for me and adjustment for me. And fortunately, we've been able to, I navigated my way through that and was able to continue with the business. But this is such an unknown and such a dramatic change in the world. Sometimes I still have to remind myself that it's not just affecting the United States, it's the entire world. And, that really brings things into a whole different perspective. So a lot of the times I feel very fortunate in that I have been here for such a long time that I'm not afraid of losing my business should, we not really have a season this year. But yeah, I'm nervous for other businesses and other families here locally and what this is going to do to our local economy, and hoping that we can just get through all of it, without being so scathed by all of it. There's lots of changes. Obviously, we're not sure. The business community highly relies on these J1 students that come, the foreign students, and it's still very unclear if that's going to be able to happen. And if we do, if it does in fact happen, will we have the business to employ them all that we normally have? So again, it's just such an evolving situation. It's hard to see, and things just change, as you know, weekly.
Yeah.
And just looking to the governor for his advice and to see how we can all get through this.
Yeah. Yeah. And you spoke about how this was difficult for so many different people. I'm wondering if you can explain a little bit about how this has affected the fishing fleets or your suppliers at the Friendly Fisherman.
Yeah, initially when it started, everything, like everything else, just came to a complete standstill. I am remarried, and my husband now is a commercial fisherman, along with his son. They both fished out of Chatham for about 30, 35 years now. Mainly lobster fishing, but not just that. My husband also does conch fishing and black bass fishing and such. And so again, everything just came to a screeching halt. The prices tanked on everything, although supply was still there. So things are slowly coming back to normal for them. The price has come back up. What they did in Massachusetts for the fishermen at that time, which was great, I thought it was a great idea by the Division of Marine Fisheries, was that they allowed the commercial fishermen to obtain retail permits for their catch, because obviously the restaurants weren't buying because they were closed. And there was just no need for them to sell to their suppliers because the suppliers couldn't get it to anybody who was interested in the product. So a lot of the fishermen are able to sell their catch right out of the back of their truck. I know a lot of them are doing that now. It's just, again, they're just trying to figure out a way to stay afloat until things do get back to some sort of normal. Hopefully restaurants reopening, and then, the supply and demand will go up again. And, we're inching towards that, in that direction, I think. I hope. And I just hopefully for the Cape's economy, it will happen soon enough so that we don't lose, an entire summer season for everybody.
Yeah, and that is, I think, a hope that many of us are sharing. But in the past years, what are some of the special or unique things that you've noticed and loved about Eastham, and how do you see those things changing or continuing throughout this strange season?
It's definitely a strange season. One of the things that I've loved about Eastham, and been many years resident here, is the outdoors that we have here. A lot of people think of Eastham as a drive-through town, but when you get off of the main highway, it's just beautiful. We have so many kettle ponds that people can utilize, hiking trails, biking trails, so many Cape Cod Bay beaches, the 2 ocean beaches, miles of marsh to navigate with kayaks or paddle boards. So outdoors is great. Eastham's a great place to be for outdoor activities. So that holds out hope, hopefully, because I think that's where what people are going to be engaging in more and looking to engage in more, given this whole situation.
Yeah, you're right. We are so lucky to have such beautiful nature here on Cape Cod. And hopefully that can help bring us some hope as well, even though things can seem very overwhelming in the pandemic. So
absolutely true.
Yeah, so thank you so much, Janet, for being with us here today. And I wish you the best of luck with your season at the Friendly Fisherman.
Thanks so much. I appreciate it.
My name is Joanna Hollick, and I'm the coordinator for the Sunset Series with Eastham 400. I want to start by saying thank you for your support of this project. As this project moves forward, we are hoping to involve local students and have already reached out to some students at Nauset High School. If you or someone you know is a local high school or college student who's interested in participating in this project, please reach out to me at jhollick@gmail.com. We will provide you with a script to read that reflects upon the so-called first encounter between Mayflower passengers and the Nauset 400 years ago, as well as its significance and lasting impact today. We are excited to bring these videos to you each day this summer, 15 minutes before sunset. Visit www.eastham400.org or the Eastham 400 channel on YouTube to see each of our videos as they're posted daily. Thank you.